Hey everybody, this is Hubby, and I've been allowed outside by myself today on the motorcycles, or on a motorcycle. And I just wanted to talk a little more about the H2SX. So there she is. This is just the SX model, not the SX SE or the SE Plus. This is not available new in the United States any longer unless you find a dealer that has one. This model was 18 in the United States and 18 only. And just a quick walk around. The camera doesn't do this bike justice. You have to see it in person. To see it in person, if you like darker color bikes, but it's not photogenic. So you won't pick all of its good looks up while on camera. Really never been able to do it. So anyway, back on. And a little start. And we'll go for the Kawasaki clunk. There we go. And away we go. So, if you're the kind of rider, male or female, that would love to have a CBR 1000 RR, a Gixxer 1000, S1000 RR, whatever, but you just can't wrap your hands and your brain around the riding position. You pretty much got it in your head that you'd love the power, you'd love the handling, you'd love the stopping, but you're going to hate the riding position. This bike may be your ticket. H2SX, SE, SE Plus. This bike may be your ticket. You get, decent brakes, decent handling. The bike weighs 565 pounds wet, so it's a little heavy, a lot heavier than a Supersport bike. But if your idea is not you could go in the twisties with this. You can have a lot of fun with this. It's weight limited. Adequate wind protection. There's 3 seats, including the factory seat, available. You got, throttle modes. You got traction control modes. You got ABS braking. You've got a lot of amenities. And a fun bike to ride. And that's a real plus. Decent fuel mileage. I get around 43 to 48 miles a gallon on this, depending on where I'm at and what I'm doing. I'd say that's pretty good. And it's just nice to have that power there. And, you could be going around long on the superhighway, and if you're lazy like I am, you don't necessarily have to downshift. Just crack the throttle. I mean, if you really want to downshift, you can. But, yeah, it's not really needed. I always wanted a modern hyper bike, or whatever you want to call them. They get a lot of different names, all complimentary, I'm sure. But I can't hack that riding position, at least not for long. And I think a lot of people are in that same boat. They want the performance, the acceleration, the power available to them, But they're, you know, I mean, you can lean this bike into a turn. It leans nicely. I mean, there's no surprises. It handles very nicely. But physics say you're not going to get it over. You're not going to be around to cut a corner as fast as the hyper bikes or the super sports. You're not going. Physics says it can't happen. But if that's not an issue to you, like me, I'm never going to hang off a bike. Not at my age. Never going to hang off. Not even going to try it. And this bike has enough cornering ability to make me happy. And I guess that's a good thing. So, you know, in that light, I don't know what else more I can say about it. I mean, the construction of the bike, the engineering is right there. It's construct. They didn't. You can't look at this bike and say, "Oh, well, Kawasaki cut a corner here. They cut a corner there." It's just all the edges, all the paint, everything. The engineering ideas are right there, and it's just a very easy bike to ride. And with the 3 throttle modes, like right now, I have it in medium. I don't have it in high power mode. The roads that I'm on right now, I like the map on this throttle mode. If I was out on a super highway, yes, then I'd have it in the high power mode. But just riding around in these secondary roads, the middle of the road is plenty enough. Anyway, I guess the lowest power mode's 100 horse at the crank. The medium power mode is 150 at the crank, and the high power mode's 200 at the crank. But I like the medium throttle mode for what I'm doing right here. So, and then this is, believe me, there's enough power here to terrify me, especially in the lower gears. And you know, this bike at the rear wheel, I think you can click in the description down below. Brock's Performance did a flash, and they did a muffler, and I think an air intake filter on this bike, and it brought it up to 240 horse at the rear wheel. I'm not going to do that. And the reasoning behind that is I don't want 240 horse at the rear wheel of this bike. Yeah, I know I got a throttle in my hand, but no, I don't want it. This is plenty enough. Anyway, watch that video. It gives you all kinds of clues, even on without the tune, what happens with the engine, where Kawasaki killed the power. And that's a real good one to watch if you're looking into buying this. And we have earlier videos on this bike, which you click over here, watch the finger, and not the finger, but you'll see it come up. And then that's SJ's H2SX explained. That's a good one. And then you click over here, and that's me doing a review on this bike shortly after I got it. So you may be interested in those too. But the thing is, I really don't have a want for power on this bike. It's everything I wanted and more, because there's no wait for the power to come on. It's just, you know, builds. I mean, you got a lot of torque right off idle. I mean, I'm sitting here at 3,000 RPM right now in 6th gear, and around 50 miles an hour, and I don't want for acceleration ability, almost in any gear. I mean, of course, the lower the gear you're in, the harder it's going to pull. So I'm going to break this off, guys. Again, if any of you want or have a liking for super sports, hyper bikes, whatever you call them, you know, the 400-pound, 1,000cc monsters, but can't hack the riding position, and that's me included, give this one a check. I think this may, you know, this whole H2SX, SE, SE Plus, I think this whole lineup, give it a good check. This may fit your bill. I know I like it. Have a good day. Ride safe so you can ride again tomorrow. Bye now. My intention is to make this video very short and to the point. But I start babbling nonsense and it becomes SJ's job to remove the nonsense and concentrate on things people are looking for. So, I'll babble nonsense, SJ can put it together. And I'm allowed out by myself today.